it's important to write in first person. You want to tell the story in the present moment. This engages the audience and it brings a sense of urgency to the story. So you want to tell it like it's happening in the moment. You want to write with details. You want to use your 5 senses. You want to use your sight. When you take people back to the story that you decided to write about, it could have been in a gymnasium. It could be at the beach. It could be in your living room. It could be outside of the corner store. It could be downtown. So you want to just use your 5 senses when you're writing in your journal. What are you seeing? The types of people, the cars. You can describe what people are wearing, what you're wearing, the sounds, the bustling, the crackling of the sidewalk, horns, birds chirping, maybe you're in nature, smells, any smells, okay? So you want to use touch or taste. So when you're writing your journal, it's a very, very, very alive experience, right? And this takes time. Like, I've been journaling for over 20 years, and it's such a fun experience, but it takes time. So when you're sitting down in your comfortable space, you got some lemonade, right? You have your favorite pen, you have the topics to write about, you have a topic, right? You want to write about your 5 senses, okay? In first person. Also, maybe you want to use like similes or personifications. You might want to compare your writing style. For instance, if you're writing about your anger, you might compare your anger to a raging volcano. Or if you talk about how you pretend, maybe you pretend like you're a clown. So just like have fun with language when you're writing in your journal. There's no wrong or right answers. There's no wrong or right way. Just continue to write. So again, for me, my title is Change is Hard for my first journal, and my second journal is called A Night to Forget. So what I want to do is, I want to give you a little bit of taste of my journaling process, okay? Yeah, this is so much fun. So again, my situation happened in the summer. So I started off with like it was a hot summer night. And then who was involved? My friends. What was going on? We were hanging out at night. Where was it happening? Outside in my friend's yard. Why was this happening? Because my friends and I were kind of bored. I think it was like a Saturday night in the summer. We were looking for something to do. And then I talked about sounds. We were making noises. We were dribbling the basketball. We were cracking jokes on each other. So when you're writing, you're kind of transporting yourself back to that moment that you want to write about. Remember, we're writing for the soul on this session, so the next session we can speak from the soul. You can also incorporate your feelings. I talked about being surprised and shocked, right? My eyes were as light as the moon, so that's a metaphor, okay? Or a simile. So you just want to like brainstorm, like when you have your topic and you know what you're going to journal about, you want to explore, like you might even want to close your eyes and just take a moment. And this is fun, but it takes a lot of practice to be able to transport yourself back to that moment. And when you open your eyes, just let the pen just touch the paper and do what it does. So I have my feelings, I have the scenery, it's a summer night, it's hot, I'm with a couple of my friends, we're outside of his house, it's late, right? Maybe we're not supposed to be outside, but we are. And then I talk about the surprise, right? So in the middle of my story, there's a surprise. I don't want to give it away because we're going to go into it in detail in session 2. But we're out, we're hanging out, we're young. I think we were maybe 11 or 12 years old, cracking jokes, dribbling the basketball. It's late at night. Then we get surprised, something happens, and my friend makes a mistake and then that leads to putting us in a potentially dangerous situation. So, so again, I'm trying to set you up for the next session, but I hope you get a gist of just picking something to write about, picking a title, taking a moment, transporting yourself back to that place. It could be the summer, it could be the winter, it can be in school, it can be in your neighborhood, it can be outside of a store, it can be in your mother's car, it can be in your father's car. And you can write. And to really make it authentic, talk about your emotions: surprise, shock, overwhelm. I was scared, right? I was concerned, I was worried. So again, this second session, I'm going to really set up how to speak on the story and transmute or transform a journal practice into an actual speech. Because the goal is writing, and writing from the heart and writing passionately from the soul can lead to passionate speaking, which is the topic for today. And my second story, my journal for my high school students, is I wrote about a night to forget. So for my high school students, everyone has a face. Behind that face is a story. So that was the quote that I decided to write about. So now we talk about who was involved, what's going on, when is it going on, where and why. So the where was on a Saturday, and the why was as a high school student. We're going to talk a bit about my choice in religion. In high school, I chose to convert to the religion of Islam. I was 17 years old. I was trying to find my space in the sense of belonging, in the sense of brotherhood. So I became a Muslim. So the story is going to be about like one of my first experiences going to the religious temple. So that's the who, that's the what. It's going to be a lot of brothers involved in the story. The scenery is going to, again, it's going to be on a Saturday. It's going to be on a summer night. I love the summer. I don't know, all my stories happen in the summer. It's going to be some feelings, some surprise, some shock, some anger, some hurt. Most of the story is going to take place inside of a religious temple with a lot of my religious brothers who were teenagers as well. So that story is going to be exciting as well. So I really wanted to give you a taste of the importance of journaling, sitting in a quiet space, taking some time, taking a moment. I gave you a few topics for my elementary school student and also my middle school and my high school students, and really just enjoy the process of full self-expression. And let me review one more time again. You want to have a title. Once you figure out the title, you want to write in first person, right? Like, I experienced this, I smelled this, I felt this. It was on a Saturday. It was a blizzard. It was the coldest day that Cleveland has ever experienced. You want to incorporate different characters in your story. You want to have a beginning and a middle and an end. And again, there's no right or wrong way to journal from the heart. You just want to be fully self-expressed. This is Mansa Musa, a.k.a. Mr. Morris H Ervin Jr. Looking forward to connecting in session 2. Peace.